Hi, welcome to the Magic of Math, where we master math one video at a time. Today, my lesson is on the converse of the Pythagorean Theorem. Our objectives today are that you will determine if three side measurements could form a triangle using the Triangle Inequality Theorem. You will use the converse of the Pythagorean Theorem to determine if a triangle is a right triangle. And third, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to determine if the side lengths would form an acute, right, or obtuse triangle. Here's the question I'd like you thinking about today as we proceed through the lesson. How can you use the Pythagorean theorem to determine if a triangle is a right triangle? Let's begin with the Triangle Inequality Theorem. The Triangle Inequality Theorem states that the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the length of the third side. So here's what that looks like. We have just a generic triangle here. It has no specific measurements. I've just given you a three-sided closed figure with sides A, B, and C. We have three inequality statements that need to be true in order for this to be a triangle. A plus B, so these two side lengths must add to be greater than the third, C, which means our sides A and C must also together add up to be greater than the length of the third side B, and our final is B and C must add and have a sum that is greater than that last third side A. So here's what happens if these three inequality statements are not true. We would have two side lengths that when put together are shorter than the third side. When we go and we try to construct a triangle with those two sides, they'll never form a point here, their vertex. They will never meet. They will collapse and fall down onto that longer third side, but never form a closed triangle. If these two sides are equal to the length of the third side, again, they're going to flop right down and fall down. They won't form a vertex. They won't be long enough to meet a way up here to form a closed triangle. But if we take where we have our orange and pink are clearly greater than our purple and our pink are clearly longer together than the orange and purple together are longer than the pink. So together, any two of these combinations' length will be greater than the third side. So we can come up here and we know that we can use these to construct a triangle because these two sides are longer than the third and they form outside a closed figure that forms a triangle. Now let's use this to determine if given a triangle with length 7 inches, 8 inches, and 15 inches, could we construct a triangle with those measurements? So we're going to have our three inequality statements. I'm going to take this picture to label the given side, 7, 8, and 15. Again, this is just an informal drawing to give you reference to these three side measurements. And we're going to start with A and B. So in order for this to be a triangle, 7 plus 8 must be greater than 15. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 is not greater than 15. Therefore, no, this triangle, these sides would not form a triangle because 7 and 8 would collapse down and be the same length as the third side, so not greater than. Your turn. I would like you to pause the video here and determine, using the Triangle Inequality Theorem, if a triangle could be constructed out of the lengths 4 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches. Please pause now and come back when you're done. Welcome back. Let's do the solution together now. So we have these three inequality statements that need to be true. So let's start by labeling A is 4, B is 5, and C is 6. You could have used those interchangeably and had different A, B, and C measurements. I'm going to start out by adding the 4 plus the 5 together and question if it's greater than the third side, 6. So 4 plus 5 is 9, and 9 is indeed greater than 6. So the first one checks. Now let's check the next one. A plus C, so 4 plus 6 needs to be greater than 5. 10 is greater than 5, it checks and it's true, so I have one more check. My last pair of sides, 5 and 6, B and C, must be greater than that remaining side. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 is greater than 4. It checks. Therefore, yes, these three side lengths of 4, 5, and 6 can form a triangle since the sum of any two sides is greater than the third. Now let's talk about the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. The converse of the Pythagorean theorem is an if-then statement. We are told that the Pythagorean theorem states that if you have a right triangle, then the sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. We're going to form the converse of this, which means switch the then and the if. So we're going to say the then first and the if, and the converse will also be true. This is what I mean. So we're going to take if we have a right triangle, then this is true, which is what we've been doing with the Pythagorean theorem. We can now say the converse is if this is true, then we have a right triangle. So if we check our three side lengths and c squared, our longest side, is equal to the sum of the squares of the two smaller sides, then we have a right triangle. And we call that the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. So in the previous videos, we have done if we know we have a right triangle, then we know this must be true. Now we're going to say, is it a right triangle? So we're going to take our three side measurements, plug them into the Pythagorean theorem. If it's a true statement, we have a right triangle. And that's what we call the converse. So we flip the if-then to be then-if. So let's use this. Let's apply it. Is it possible that a triangle with the side lengths of 7 inches, 9 inches, and 12 inches form a right triangle? So we're going to use our Pythagorean theorem, and we're going to know that our hypotenuse is our longest side, c. So we're going to say that c is 12, and 7 and 9 are our legs, our two shorter sides, a and b, if this is a right triangle. So c squared would be 12 squared equals 7 squared plus 9 squared. 12 squared is 144, 7 squared is 49, and 9 squared is 81. 49 plus 81 is 130. Since 144 does not equal 130, no, this triangle would not be a right triangle, since the square of the longest side is not equal to the sum of the squares of the two smaller sides. So therefore, we've used the Pythagorean theorem to prove that this is not a right triangle, since it's a false statement. Later in this video, we're going to use this to determine what kind of triangle this is. But for now, it's your turn. I would like you to pause the video here and determine if a triangle with the side lengths of 5, 12, and 13 inches is a right triangle. Go ahead and pause and come back when you're done. Welcome back. So we're going to use our Pythagorean theorem. We're going to identify our longest side, and then we have our two smaller sides. 13 squared should equal 5 squared plus 12 squared if it's a right triangle. 13 squared is 169, 5 squared is 25, and 12 squared is 144. Add 25 plus 144 is 169, and so yes, this triangle would be a right triangle since the square of the longest side is equal to the sum of the squares of the two smaller sides. Now we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, or converse of, to determine whether or not three side lengths form a right triangle, acute, or obtuse triangle. So here we go. We are going to know that if this statement is true, if we have equality, it's equal, we have a right triangle. Now we're going to use it if the c squared, our longest side, is greater than the sum of the squares of the two smaller sides, we have an obtuse triangle. And then if the longest side squared is less than the two smaller sides squared and added together, then we have an acute triangle. Let's put this into action. We're given that we have a triangle with 10, 16, and 14 centimeter sides. We identify our longest side and square it, and we need to figure out what goes into this box. Is it going to be equal, greater, or less than? And we take our two smaller sides, square them, and add them together. So 16 squared is 256, 10 squared is 100, and 14 squared is 196. Add these two sides together, and we get 296. So 256 is less than 296, telling us that this triangle is acute, since the square of the longest side is less than the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Now it's your turn. I would like you to use the Pythagorean theorem to determine whether or not this is a right, obtuse, or acute triangle. Please pause the video now and come back when you're done. Welcome back. So identifying our longest side, 13, we're going to square 13, and then we're going to determine equal to, greater than, or less than. We're going to take 3.6 and square it, and 10 squared. So 13 squared is 169, and 3.6 squared is 12.96, and 10 squared is 100. Adding these together, we get 112.96. So 169 is greater than this value, telling us that this triangle is obtuse, since the square of the longest side is greater than the sum of the two smaller sides squared. And there you have it. That is how we can use the converse of the Pythagorean theorem to determine whether or not a triangle is a right triangle, and then how we took it a step further to determine if the triangle was acute or obtuse. I thank you for joining me today at The Magic of Math, where we continue to master math one video at a time. I hope you'll subscribe and come back soon. Have a great day.